Hi, everybody. Dan D. Federici, Saratoga Report. I'm here with George Ehinger, a candidate for Saratoga Springs County Supervisor. George has been with us a few times, so you may be familiar with him. We're going to try to keep this a little shorter than we've gone in the past year, and we're going to focus mostly on one issue because George, you and I have talked off camera a lot, and what we're about to talk about is really the most important issue because it sort of dovetails with every other issue at the county level Saratoga Springs residents may be concerned about. And you and I talked, and much like the Speaker of the House is all powerful and the Senate Majority Leader is all powerful, we have an analogous situation here in Saratoga County, in that one of the county supervisors is the chair of the county supervisors, and that's Phil Barrett of Clifton Park. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
And Phil Barrett, of the three people running for supervisor in Saratoga Springs, Phil Barrett only endorsed you, not the other two, correct?
That is correct.
Would it be fair to say you've got a very good relationship, especially going in? And you know what? I'm not going to steal your thunder. I'm going to let you take it from here because you explained to me the 18-year uniqueness here of this election. Can you take it from there?
Yeah. I think it's really important for people to understand that this will be the first time in at least 18 years that Saratoga is going to send two first-term supervisors to the county. Now, as a first-term supervisor, you've got less weight, less influence, less control over what committees you're on and things along those lines. What I've done in advance of the election is been painstakingly detailed and getting to know the people that control the county, Phil Barrett being the most important person. He and he alone determines what committees you're on, which determines what legislation comes up in front of the whole board. So the fact that Phil has endorsed me, we've met over breakfast. I've met his wife. We get along, and there is no question in my mind that with due consideration of the fact that I'll be a first-term supervisor, I will have a much greater chance of getting my wish list of committees granted than the other two people running for this office. So it's really critical that we send me plus one other down to the county, because we will surely get along. I have no concern I'm going to be able to get along with my other supervisor. The question is, will we be able to have influence? And
I'm glad you said that. So obviously it's you and two other candidates running. One of them, if you elected, one of the other ones will also get elected. You pledged here that I think I've heard you're going to work as a team for the benefit of Saratoga Springs.
It's worked that way for as long as anybody can remember. It's in some ways regrettable that our votes are split, but frankly, it doesn't matter because we always vote together. Even the current Democrat supervisor working with Matt Veach has voted consistently with the county 500 times since she was elected.
Oh, okay, good. And I want to go back for a minute, and we won't keep this going too long, but it's an important point. To some people, it's obvious. Some people, maybe not so obvious. Why are committee assignments that important to like a Saratoga Springs resident that would be voting for a supervisor?
Yeah, well, the committees come up with the appropriate programs and legislation that is going to allocate the $430 million county budget. Not all of it. Some of it is presupposed and things along those lines. But being on health and human services, being on economic development, being on open space and trails, those are all really important. They all then wind up at the Law and Finance Committee. The Law and Finance Committee is very difficult for a first-term supervisor to get on. But then Law and Finance finalizes it to a bill that goes to the overall board vote. 99% of the legislation that comes out of Law and Finance gets passed by the overall board. So what happens is basically, where's the sausage made? It's made at the committee level. And you want to be at the point where you can have the greatest influence over the things that are going to be beneficial to Saratoga Springs.
And you've taken the time to lay the groundwork for that to work in a good way for your potential assignment, should you be elected, to benefit the Saratoga Springs residents.
Oh, 100%. And it's not just Phil Barrett. Again, the only person who's endorsing in the race is me, but it's other supervisors. It's the county administrator, Steve Bolger. I'm taking the time to meet these people, and I'm looking forward to working with them. And likewise, I know it.
Okay, great. And before we sign off here, George, you know, it's a necessity in politics is to fundraise. We found a fun way to do it at a local business. You want to tell about your fundraiser, which this will air Thursday morning. So this evening, do you want to talk about your upcoming fundraiser tonight?
Okay, the fundraiser is actually Wednesday. I don't know when this is going to work, but it's at the Parting Glass. I've hired a trivia master and worked with him to create 80% of the content that we're going to do is going to be Saratoga Springs trivia. It's an entirely fun get out the vote, almost conclusion of the campaign, because early voting starts on the 25th, and things will wind down between the 25th and the 4th. They end on the 4th. But yeah, we're just going to have a great time enjoying all the great food and drink that the Parting Glass offers, and then also have some, I think, fun and hilarious trivia that, you know, will depend on your ability to do it, will depend on how carefully you've looked at your surroundings in Saratoga since you've lived
So
here.
this is limited to trivia about Saratoga Springs and Saratoga generally.
Yes. I've got questions that range from Congress Park to famous Saratogians to high school sports championships to local businesses.
Super popular Saratoga Springs news aggregators. No, help me out here, George.
You didn't make that cut, Dan. Sorry.
That's a story of my life. Hey, yeah, my mistake. I've got my days mixed up. We're recording this on Tuesday. It's going to be posted Wednesday morning. Your event is Wednesday evening. Again, tell the times.
Yeah, Wednesday evening. It starts at 7. I recommend you get there at 6:30. Early registration is the best. If you can do it, it'll be at the link below. But you can pay at the door. We'll be able to do that as well. And we've already got a pretty good group of rowdy trivia people. But there's plenty of room for more to come. And in true Parting Glass style, one of the dinners that we're serving is shepherd's pie. I couldn't resist it at an Irish pub.
That's right. So there'll be some food served as part of the event.
Food and trivia is included, and the bar is the cash bar.
Excellent. Okay, George. Good luck. Good luck, and we'll talk more. I appreciate this, and good luck on your event.
Thank you so much, Dan. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Take care.